10 signs you're smarter than everyone else. Do you have doubts about yourself? Are you content with being alone? What about this one? If you're creative, having a curious personality. Are you a chocolate lover? All can be signs of intelligence. Like and subscribe so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Many specialists think that a single test can't yield an exact idea of intelligence, just because there are various kinds of intelligence to admit. One of them, a popular theory presented by psychologist Howard Gardner, proposes that there are 9 kinds of intelligence that exist. Questioning how intelligence shows up for you. Here's a glimpse at 10 signs of diverse kinds of intelligence. Number 1. You are creative. Dr. Katie Davis, a neuropsychologist, revealed to Business Insider that creativity is absolute of intelligence because it involves thinking outside the box and requires the aptitude to move and change your forms of thinking from one approach to another. Capability to learn more means you're smart. Wanting to learn more naturally does too. A study in the Journal of Individual Differences set up that people who recorded higher on IQ tests as children were inclined to be more curious and open to new ideas as adults. Intelligence and curiosity go hand in hand. Intelligent people inclined to be more forward not only about everyday interests but also about the big questions. Thoughtful philosophical topics like the meaning of life and the world. Creative person brain just works differently. Creativity has its own trademark of smartness. Number 2. You are messy. Kathleen Vose from University of Minnesota speaks about that the messier you are, the smarter you are. The study Vose published in Psychological Science included 2 groups under observation and assigned tasks to them to formulate creative uses for ping pong balls. One group worked in a messy environment while the other worked in a tidy environment. The messy group originated considerably more creative and interesting ideas. Number 3. You are curious. If you have a passion and love to learn, the more you'll learn and the smartness you'll get. A study from the Goldsmiths University of London found that how people invest their time and effort in their intellect plays a huge role in intellectual growth. But it's not just learning more that makes you smarter, it's wanting to learn more, which is a characteristic common in intelligent people. A study in the Journal of Individual Differences showed a correlation between people who scored high on IQ tests as a child and adults that were more inquisitive and open to new ideas. Psychology research from Georgia Tech also showed that those with high inquisitiveness are more tolerant of obscurity, which requires a refined and stylish thinking style. Number 4. You talk to yourself. No, it's not a sign you're crazy. Research shows just the opposite. A study from psychiatrists Paloma Mari-Beffa and Alexander Kirkham from Bangor University tell that talking to yourself improves self-control, an important practice of intelligence. They plan to study participants assigned a set of tasks and add-on wrote instructions, asking them to read the instructions silently or out loud. Results show focus and performance from those who read out loud were much better. Talking out loud nets control. That is a reason why so many professional athletes conversation to themselves out loud during games. Number 5. You have high self-control. When you practice self-control by speaking to yourself out loud or just by eager it, it's an unnoticed sign of intelligence. A 2009 psychology study from Yale University gave contributors IQ tests and offered them reward money they could receive immediately or later. Persons choosing to wait also had higher IQ scores, showing that struggling to make thoughtless decisions and carefully assessing options links with intelligence. Number 6. You're good being by yourself. If you like your own company and aren't frequently in requisite of being around others, that's a sign of intelligence. A study published in the British Journal of Psychology showed a correlation between gratification with being alone and intelligence. If being by your lonely self doesn't cause you to be astounded with boredom or FOMO, you're in luck. People who are more gratified with being alone tend to be more intelligent, according to the British Journal of Psychology. And there's another thing as well. If you talk to yourself, that's a sign of mastermind too. Repeating things out loud can strengthen them better in your brain, and you thought it made you sound crazy. Next, there are more day-to-day behaviors of people who are smarter than everyone else. Number 7. The 2011 University of New Mexico Psychology Research exhibits that specialized comedians and people who wrote funnier cartoon inscriptions scored higher on verbal intelligence. This makes sense, as some of the smartest people I know have trenchant smartness and a sense of humor. Researchers in Austria revealed that jolly people, especially those who enjoy dark humor, have higher IQs than their less funny peers. They argue that it takes both cognitive and emotional capacity to concoct and deliver humor. Their study explains that funny people have more verbal and non-verbal intelligence, and they score lower in mood disorders and belligerence. Number 8. You are open-minded. A 2008 Yale University psychology research showed that extremely intelligent people incline to stay open-minded to others' points of view, not expressing their own until hearing multiple voices. This doesn't mean they're indecisive, though as the study also showed, open-minded people are more likely to be confident about their opinion once formed and less likely to be operated. According to a University of Pennsylvania study, intelligent people tend to be willing to see things from other people's viewpoints rather than just accepting one perspective as valid. They build their opinions after cautious deliberation of multiple viewpoints, rather than simply making sudden judgments. They perform to be discovered new concepts and ideas, which adds to their intelligence. This doesn't mean, however, that they are accepting or easily persuaded by their own opinions. In fact, open-minded people are more likely to self-confidently position by their own opinions, less likely to be deployed. Number 9. You love chocolate. Yes, there is a genuine connection between brain power and the wow of chocolate. Combinations called flavones found in cocoa can help boost intellectual performance. Scientists and researchers at the universities of Rome and L'Aquila in Italy recently shown a study about how eating chocolate affects brain functions like memory, attention, and processing speed. And it finds out that eating chocolate had positive effects on all of those things. Not only did eating chocolate immediately boost participants' test scores, but the study also discovered that eating small amounts of chocolate daily boosted cognitive performance over a long period of time. Number 10. You prefer to work in silence. If you favor working in pin-drop silence, you have that in common with Franz Kafka, Charles Darwin, and Anton Chekhov. These are only some of the brilliant minds who preferred dead silence while they worked, or who protested about being unable to filter out background noise. You might think that smart people are the ones who can fully tune out of the world, but studies suggest that this isn't the case. The failure to tune out noises like talking, shuffling feet, chewing, or typing might actually be good news for your brain. A 2015 study from Northwestern University judged the problem-solving skills of 100 different people. The participants who claimed to have more obstinate time shutting out the unnecessary noises in the background came up with more innovative, creative solutions to the problems. The researcher of the study concluded that people bothered by background noise are better able to focus on multiple motives at once, which translates into more creative thinking. So if background noise annoys you while you're working, try your best to adopt it. It could be a sign that you're a creative genius. And knowing your limits means you're more likely to bother yourself with people to balance your limitations. It also makes you more desirous to learn more, which makes you smarter. We hope that this video will definitely help you all in exploring 10 signs you are smarter than everyone else. Let us know in the comments about your experiences. Stay with us till we are back with another video of 10 signs you're smarter than everyone else. Don't forget clicking the like, share, and subscribe icons.